got one against Brady or not? Do you have any against Brady?
I got a couple. I feel that.
I just put you out there.
I hear you.
When you think, I mean, you're a really young man. When you think of where you'll be at 44, do you think about age or like what he's doing at 44 years old in the NFL?
Are we talking about Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Because you said me. So
well, I said when you'll be 44, can you imagine still doing it at a level like that?
Man, I mean, it's good to see somebody like that, but it's also good to be able to play against them and intercept them and do things like that. But just being able to play against a Hall of Famer, soon to be, it's a good challenge. But when I get that age, hopefully I'm still doing the same thing.
Marcus, you guys played him well a couple times last year. What were some of the things that you were able to do that were effective against him?
Just eliminate the explosive plays, just lock into our details and take care of that. We practice it every week, eliminate the explosive plays, taking the ball away, and when you take the ball away, he puts you in that advantage to win.
Why was the playoff game so different than the regular season games? Any idea?
Maybe because we didn't have, I don't know if we had any takeaways on our end. So, we got to do better at getting takeaways in the back end and on the defense. And that, that will turn the game around a little bit.
What did you learn about their offense last year and kind of what they do well? And did it change from the first time you saw them and into the playoffs?
They're a high-powered offense. They get the ball down the field. They like to take their shots. Very explosive. So, we just got to stay to our keys and lock in, eliminate those explosives, and do what we got to do.
It's no secret the relationship Lattimore and Mike Evans have. Given the game you guys had in Seattle, how do you manage emotions in a game like this where you know him pretty well on the other side of the ball?
Marshawn's a dog. He gonna be a dog every single game. He gonna come out and he gonna be a dog. So when you see him on the field, that's what you're gonna get.
Hey, Mark, how much does it help the guys on the back end when you bring David Lamb out of there? What's it do for you?
I mean, the guys that were here did a good job, but you know what David brings to the team. A lot of emotion, a lot of passion. And he goes to hunt every play, and that, I mean, shoot, those other guys still gonna play. So I mean, just him being in the rotation is gonna help us.
Is he the strongest guy on the team?
I'm the strongest guy on the team. No. Shoot, I don't know.
I didn't know if in the locker room, the weight room, you've seen him do anything crazy.
No, he's very explosive in the weight room. If you see him doing his routine, you see how explosive he is even in there. So when he comes out on the field, it just translates.
Other side.
Good.
Other side of the field, but having Mark Ingram back, got in today, starts practicing tomorrow. How big do you think that'll be for just the locker room culture?
He's an energy guy. He brings a lot of energy to our locker room. Playing with him, you see what type of passion and type of energy he brings. Just his aura. You know that energy is good to have him back for sure.
What was your reaction to when you found out that y'all traded for him?
Shoot, called him up and I was yelling on the phone. Let's go! Nah, but yeah, it's exciting.
How much did you miss him when you know he wasn't going to be here?
Shoot, I talk to Mark almost every day. We play the game and do things like that, but we talk all the time. He's like my big brother. Anything I need, I know he'll be there for me. I see him in the off season sometimes, so it's good to have him back for sure.
How much gas do you think he has left?
But he's going. He been going. He ain't never stopped. Yeah, I ain't seen a decline in his play. If you see him, he's still running through people. He's still outrunning people. I think he's just getting started, to be honest.
Unusual for a back that was 31 years old, right?
He played like he's still 20.
Thanks, Mark. See you next week, man. Next Wednesday.
more excited today now that your buddy's coming back?
I mean, I've got a lot of buddies come back. You got to be more specific because in my mind, David's here now.
Wait till the plane passes.
Never. You ask him and you get this background noise. No. Out. Just gotta pick somebody out and just look him in the eyes.
Well, we were trying to not answer that mark at all today.
I don't even know who that is until he gets in the building. It's just one of my best friends.
Well, it's no doubt you guys have stayed in touch too with your podcast. What has the conversations been like now that it's, I guess, somewhat official? And what do you remember about what he not only brought on the field, but in the locker room?
Wait, is it official?
Sean talked about it this morning.
Then
Does that make it official?
Yes.
Look, I have no idea where we stand in here until he gets in the building. I'll worry about it when he does because I thought it was official yesterday, and then somebody said it was a rumor, and that's my fault for paying attention to social media. I know better. I should do better. I will be better in the future. So when he gets in, I'm sure we'll hug.
So you're saying you haven't talked to him about it?
I've talked to him a lot. What do we talk about? I'm saying I haven't seen him in building, so when he gets in building, we'll discuss about what we'll do from here.
He's supposed to be at practice tomorrow.
So he should be here today then. All right, cool.
So I guess the question is then, what do you remember about what he brought to the, not just on the field, but in the locker room?
You say remember like it was so long ago. I mean,
3 years.
look, that's what I'm saying. But I've spent the first 7 or 8 years with him. I mean, looking forward to see my guy back. I mean, everybody knows how infectious Mark's energy is, how great of a teammate he is, what he can do on the field. Everybody remembers Zoom and Boom from AK and Mark Ing going ham across the league. So am I looking forward to this 2.0? Maybe. Am I looking forward to David coming back this week? For sure. Am I more excited because it's been a whole nother month since we've been in the dome with fans back? Absolutely. I don't even know if you asked that question. I just gave it to you.
I can't. How excited was like your family? I mean, I know your wife and your wife are good friends. Kids probably good friends too. How excited were they about it?
I don't think my kids understand the ramification of, hey, Uncle Mark's coming in. But, you know, wife is super excited. Anytime you can have close family friends keep joining the team, I mean, we're all one big brotherhood, so now we're all one big family. So it's going to be great for everybody.
You mentioned him already, but David Onyemata coming back to practice.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to elaborate on that? He's back.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, the presence David brings, what he's done in the last half decade being on this team, not only his strength, his force, but just his mindset of wanting to play the run, getting better every day. It matches exactly what we want to do on the D-line. So he was a huge component for us, and I'm super excited to have him back.
Is everybody?
You asked the first time in that talk, so I just figured this was a thing. I do try.
Is everybody as excited? Obviously, you're pretty excited about David and Mark. I mean, is everybody kind of as giddy in the locker room right now about all this?
I mean, probably not. I mean, a lot of the guys are new to the team. A lot of young guys may not have been around for 2 or 3 years, but the guys that know the energy, the guys that know that you know, we have a great teammate coming in, somebody who has always bought in, somebody who has, you know, carried the running back load at times when before AK came through. This is somebody who is, you know, selfless, and I mean, whether they know of him or not, they'll understand that, you know, this is what it takes to be a consummate pro. So we already know what we got coming in. We're looking forward to this week. We're focused on this weekend. Again, not only being back in the dome for the second time in, is this week 8 for us? Week 7? I don't know, we had a bye week already, so somewhere around there. Second time back in the dome where the fans are back, so that's 2 games with fans in 2 years. We're excited to have another opportunity to present ourselves and play our best defense, hopefully.
How does having someone like David back, who is such a threat to rush from the interior, change how other teams scheme against y'all?
I will not be answering that question until after Sunday.
Can you answer that in general terms, maybe just how it opens y'all
When you have a
up
physical
on the
presence such as a 93 on the field, somebody who has created pressure from the middle, somebody who has not allowed quarterbacks to step up and is smart enough to and savvy enough to do what he has been able to accomplish the last couple of years, you can get excited. We won't know until we get to the field how ready we are, but I have a very good feeling about Sunday.
Just in general,
Campbell's
how many
kind
more?
of just bouncing around out there. I mean, we don't get a chance to see the side of David that you guys get to see. We always hear about, you know, him, emotional player. We don't see that, but was he just kind of, you know, could you tell how glad he was to be back out there?
Yeah, he was super excited. You know, he doesn't talk much, but today he was talking.
That's something. So Sean was saying, when we asked him about just the inherent, natural, maybe human emotions that someone like Jameis might have starting against the team he started his career with for the first time, he said it's not like a quarterback is, you know, the defensive end of Ridgemont, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where they smash up his car and he's all angry and then he goes and takes over the game.
That's
But
been
you
a
are
while since I've
defensive
seen
end.
that one. That was a hell of, that's been a while since I've seen that one. That was a hell of a pull. Okay.
So you are a defensive end. So anyway, you know, you could theoretically, you know.
I do wonder. I mean, he did have all last year with us, where again he wasn't the starting quarterback, but he did see us defeat them 2 out of 3 times. But that was last year's team. That was, you know, a team that he wasn't under helm fully under helm at. And now, you know, we're going into, or Tampa Bay coming into the dome. We have to protect our dome. We have things we have to accomplish. We've got a list of ways we can win, and we have to go out there and execute to the highest of our abilities, because this is a great Tampa Bay team that's going in. I think they're better than they were last year.
Kim, just in terms of all you guys kind of, in terms of you guys all kind of working together, just how much easier is life when Davenport's out there and then Animata, just as far as some of the looks you get and the opportunities?
We're getting healthier every week, and with every week comes new opportunities. How do you like that one?
I think a few more words.
Any chance your kids are going to come dressed up?
Where? It's still COVID season.
To the game.
Still COVID. No. We'll probably wait a couple more games, see how this works out. Just in terms of we still got the newest one. She's still under a year, so I doubt they'll be there this weekend. They'll probably be looking. What time's the game? 3, 4? Yeah, they'll be looking more forward to trick or treating after. And
I didn't know they were coming in costume to the game.
Yeah, they will not be. We will be in costume though after the game. Probably before the game.
Any idea yet what you're gonna?
Oh, I've got a great costume set that I presented to the fam about 2 weeks ago. Now, is it going to get done executed? For sure. Am I the one executing it? I have no idea.
So you come up with the costume?
Yeah, I come up with great ideas. I just in terms of now everybody's doing Squid Games this year. That's too easy.
If you have no idea whether you're executing it, that means you ain't executing it.
I'm not. I do what I'm told. Go get yes. I don't ask the reason. I know the direction we're going.
It's been a while since you guys have been this big an underdog at home.
Is that true?
Yes.
Nice.
Last one. Any thoughts on that? It doesn't happen.
Zero thoughts. It has nothing to do whether we're underdogs or favorites. At the end of the day, we still have to go out there and play a football game. It's not going to, you know, whatever the analytics say, whatever the analysts say, whatever a fan may say, will not change how we operate in our building. We have a game coming in. We have a battle ahead of us, and we got to go to the war come Sunday.
All right, thanks, Cam.
Yeah.
Erik McCoy next.
You got an extra costume for Mark?
When you got hurt, did you think it would be this long?
On the field, no. After I got my MRI, got the results back, they told me it was going to be 6 weeks. You know, I was going to try to come back a little early, had a small setback, and just ended up being the full 6 weeks. So,
How did you take the news?
oh, it sucked. It sucked. I haven't missed more than a half of a game since Pee Wee football. So, I hated it, but I'm happy to be back. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed.
Everybody's been talking about what Tampa has been able to do since you all beat them last year in November. I know it's an overused cliche, but is this some type of a statement game? Is there any such thing in the NFL?
You know, I think it's just the biggest game because it's the next game. I don't know if it's a favorite thing of Coach Payton's to say, but I do agree. Tampa is a really talented team. We know who they are. We know what they can do. But we just have to go out and play our type of ball. And just give everything we got.
What are your impressions of Vea in the middle of their defense?
I think Vita is a great player. You know, he's strong, he's quick. He has all the qualities to be the best nose tackle in the NFL. I think he's a great player.
Have you had many I can't remember if he was hurt for a couple of those games last year.
Yeah, I think I played him 3 times, twice my rookie year, and then the first game last year, and he was hurt the next 2. But still, you see it week in and week out. He's bull rushing guys back into the quarterback. He's a talented player.
How do you combat like somebody who's just like 350 and?
I mean, I can't give my game plan away. Can't give that away.
Were you surprised you didn't end up on IR? Does that go hand in hand with you thought maybe there's a chance that you could come back early?
Honestly, I have no clue about the whole IR thing. Honestly, I thought I was on it at one point, and I was like, oh, wait, I'm not on it. And I was just like, all right, whatever they do is cool with me, whatever. I'm just, I'm here for the ride.
Just do what you're told as long as the paycheck keeps coming. You're like, I guess things are,
things are, something like that.
Erik, why are they such a good run front? Why are they leading the league in run defense?
Yeah, I mean, they play a lot of 5 bigs on the field, number one. Shaq Barrett, JPP, Vita, Sue, Golston. That's a heavy front. That's 5 big guys that know how to play the run, that are physical, that are violent coming off the line of scrimmage.
When you all play it, what's the balance between trying to establish the run but also taking advantage maybe of their areas that aren't quite as dominant?
I think it all goes hand in hand. You try to establish the run, set it up off some play action. And, if you're getting past the situations, we got to pass it. Yeah.
Is this an offensive lineman's game, do you think?
I think every game is offensive lineman's game. Try to run the ball every game.
Especially against these guys?
Yes.
Does that qualify as
you relish that kind of?
What's that?
You relish that, Erik? Is it this is
yeah.
a chance to prove yourself?
Yeah, we love the challenge. I mean, we didn't run the ball great last week in Seattle against a run defense that statistically wasn't very good. So going against a statistically good defense, I mean, they're averaging, giving up 67 yards rushing a game. That's unheard of. So, of course, it's a challenge, and we're looking forward to it.
Does it qualify as a bear front, what they run?
Yeah, a lot of bear. And they'll even run some Okie under wing, which is Sam linebacker on the ball, which their Sam is Shaq Barrett, right. JPP. So it's still technically a bear front, but just shifted over.
And they can do that because the linebackers they have behind them, right?
Yeah, they can run. Levante David is one of the smartest players I've played against, and Devin White, he's a freak athletically. He's explosive. He can get to the ball. With those type of players, you can leave 5 bigs on the field.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how common it is. I mean, I've never played in the NFL for defensive players, maybe after a play or the whistle, to say things to offensive players during a game. But really, I mean, I don't know if they're asking how the family is or whatever, but, can you envision a lot of more of those questions being posed by their defenders to Jameis just because of the history they have? And do you ever think about, well, how am I going to handle that if, people start asking a lot of those considered thoughtful questions?
I mean, I didn't think of it until you said it, but, if it's nice things, some guys are nice. They'll genuinely be like, how's your family doing? Cool, let it ride. But, start talking smack. You got to stand up for your guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just thinking this could theoretically be, as a lineman, you always stand up for the quarterback, and this could theoretically be one of those games where they're trying to get Jameis psychologically.
Yeah. You got to stand up for your guy.
Yeah.
So how much do you think this game means to them?
Oh, probably a ton. Team drafted him number 1 overall. What was it, 5 years ago, 7 years ago? Jameis is old, so I don't
2015.
remember. 2015. I don't know when that was. I was a senior in high school. So, yeah, I mean, of course, it's a game that I know he's looking forward to. A team that he knows and is familiar with. So I know he's going to be ready.
What are some of the things that Throckmorton does well, and what about him lends to just being that guy that can kind of fit in anywhere and do just about everything?
The thing about Kyle is he is a brick wall. Even on individual drills, he is hard to move. You're not going to knock him back. He's going to anchor. And that's something that he does at all 3 interior positions, and he does it really well.
How much have you seen him grow since he was on the practice squad last year to
now? A ton. His technique has improved so much. Just cerebrally, he's improved so much. I think Throck is a great player.
Excited to have Mark Ingram back?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here with him this first stint, but I've heard the stories in the locker room about how great of a guy he is, about how his wife makes a great Saturday morning dish. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Erik.
Cool.
The offensive lineman looking forward to
You know, that's what I've heard. It's word on the street.
Have you had this game circled or?
It's the next one. So yes, it was circled for this week.
Come on, this has got to be a little more important to you.
It's one game.
Really?
It's one game. Playing against some old teammates, but it's the next game. It's the next opponent.
Have you heard from some of them? Those teammates,
Yeah,
they said they were going to reach out to you.
Yeah, I talked to them. Talked to some of them throughout the year.
Jameis, I can't recall if we ever actually asked you this at any point in the offseason. I mean, what were your emotions watching your old team win the Super Bowl? I mean, was that hard to experience?
No, I was very happy for the guys that put in a lot of years there with me for them to get there and end up on top. I was very happy for my teammates. But it's this year now, and that's one of our goals. And our next opponent is them, so that's who we want to beat this week.
Every time we've been in front of you and every time I've seen you do an interview, you seem like you have an overwhelmingly positive personality. Did you have to deal with any bitterness, anger, feel how to get over that, or those kind of thoughts just aren't part of your makeup?
No, everything happens for a reason, and I'm very grateful for that organization and the Glazer family for giving me an opportunity. I mean, drafted #1 overall to that city. That city done a lot for me, and I know I've done a lot for that city, so that's why I stay at now. So I definitely love that city. So now we get to play them. So this week it's time to play, and all the lovey-dovey stuff is behind.
James, what was it like last year, just watching, being on the sideline against that team? What was that like for you?
It was fun. We won. We didn't win the one in the playoff game. That was tough. I that was my first time in the playoffs, so I definitely wanted to win that one. But it was fun. But this is this year, and we got to get them twice and maybe 3 times this year. So let's start with this one this week.
How much have you changed since you left there?
How much have I changed?
Yeah, as a person. How did that whole thing make you?
I think just getting a chance to work with Sean and Drew last year helped me as a quarterback. But as far as a person, I give my all every single day. Especially for my kids, for my wife. I'm trying my best to be the best person I could be. Period. So change as a person. Last year was humbling, but I really didn't take it for granted because I had a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Hall of Fame coach to learn from. So I really cherish that.
You've talked about kind of following up on that, maturing as a man and becoming a better person. Do you think a younger you would have talked about revenge, or this may have meant more in a different way?
No, I don't see it as revenge. I see it as a division opponent that we gotta beat. A good opponent that's coming up in our house in front of our fans that's coming in trying to beat us. So I mean, a younger me, I was always next man up. Like who we got to play. I think the Saints, our rivalry is the Falcons, right? I think we started to develop a rivalry with Tampa just because they got a good squad, and Marshawn and Mike Evans, they got they little rivalry going on. But my job is to lead us to a win on Sunday, man, and it's gonna be big for our fans, right, and for the city.
Marshawn played. I mean, we've seen him for 5 years here. He's played his best football against Mike Evans. What did he do that made it so difficult when you were the guy trying to get the ball to Mike?
I mean, Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in this game, and Marshawn's one of the best corners in this game. So there's just two alphas going at it. It was always fun to compete against Marshawn, but now I'm happy he's on my team. But Marshawn know that he's gonna have to bring his lunch pail out, but he does that every week. Like you saw what he did last week. So I'm pretty sure he's ready. I'm happy I don't have to face that offense. But I know DA and Marshawn and DeMario, they're ready.
Jim, so those scrambles where you go out and you're pointing down the field, is that something you guys practice? And I guess what kind of has to happen for those to get where you want them to be? Because it looked like you were pointing maybe sometime.
Yeah, I think it's a feel. I think that is something that we try to work on individually with the receivers. But it's a feel. I think we're going to start being able to complete some. So.
Are they just looking at you and trying to get the read?
No, it's just a feel out there. It's playing backyard football, man. That's the biggest thing, is just making sure, hey, let's not overthink this. Let's play backyard football and let's get open, because the defense is in the panic mode because we expanded the play and everybody's just going everywhere. We just got to make sure we get open and coming back to the football.
Hey James, you're not the only Heisman winner on the team now.
Oh yeah.
How well do you know Mark, and just what are your thoughts about him?
Well, no, I mean, I know we're Heisman brothers, but I don't know him personally very much at all. But I've heard of the teammate that he is, the high energy that he brings, and the person that he is. So I'm very blessed and welcoming to Mark Ingram, because I know he was drafted here, so I know he has a lot of pride for this organization. We're glad to have him back.
Did you watch him in like Alabama? You growing up?
Yeah, I watched him. I met him in Alabama when I used to go up there for visits. But yeah, I did. I watched Mark.
Do you think it's possible for like someone that plays cornerback? Like, okay, it seems like Marshawn somehow like finds another level and he doesn't necessarily like the person he's playing against. Is that even possible playing cornerback? I mean, he played so well in the second half of last year's game. He always plays well against others.
Yeah, I think that's just who Marshawn is, man. I think he's a dog. I know he's a extremely competitive athlete, and he likes doing a good job. You know, he takes pride in locking people down. But I think a lot of players have some players have that, you know, that instinct, you know, where they can just turn it on and just be like, you know, you the enemy. I'm gonna, you know, drill you into the ground. You know, so I think I had it at times, you know, that eye of the tiger. You know, I try to be poised and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm still try my best to win, still trying my best to step on somebody's neck. I mean, I can't do that literally, but I definitely want to defeat my opponent.
Yeah, I guess that's why where a lot of these questions about you starting your career at Tampa come from, because those of us who talk to football players all the time, we hear about how they sometimes use emotion and intensity to their advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess there's a curiosity about why or why not.
Man, I've always been an emotional football player, and I think that's something that I'm trying to, you know, work on. You know, being present instead of being stuck in my feelings. As a quarterback, we have to be present at all the time and aware of everything that's going on. Sometimes too much emotion can lead us to places that we don't want to go. And I come from a level of gratitude and optimism. You know, a lot of people don't agree with that all the time, but I'm grateful I get a chance to play this team. You know, obviously I want to beat them. I want to beat them bad. And in my heart, you know, I'm ready to rock. But at the end of the day, they're another opponent. You know, another opponent that we got to beat, and that's in this division. And they got a good team. They coming in here hot. So we got to, you know, stand our ground and represent at our house.
Jim, has there been anything about Sean Payton's attention to detail that stood out to you just being around him the last year and a half?
Yeah, I think that's just who he is, attention to detail in everything. You know, every time he's explaining, he can paint the entire picture for you to help you better understand what he's explaining.
Is that a little bit different than other coaches, is that ability to speak that way?
Well, I think he does it in a very unique way. I think his feel in his ability to be relatable to players speaks volumes for who he is as a leader. But, you know, most NFL coaches, you know, harp in on the details and the small things so we can handle the big things.
Taking away your history with Tampa Bay, is it playing the Super Bowl champs, is it a statement win if you beat the defending Super Bowl champs?
I think it's just a big win. You know, every year, you know, I think when you win the Super Bowl, that the bullseye is on your back. You know, but the Saints have been the division champion in this division for the past 3-4 years. So I think we got the bullseye on our back with those guys coming in. I'm pretty sure they're telling them about, you know, how the Saints won the division championship the past few years, but obviously they won the Super Bowl, so that's good for them. But they know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how Tom Brady thinks. That's last year. You know, he's trying to win one this year, just like we all are. We're trying to win the Super Bowl this year.
Were you even impressed on film at how smoothly you picked that ball up with your left hand in stride?
No, I just know I couldn't miss a touchdown opportunity. I knew it was going to be a touchdown, man. I was like, man, all right, I got it to him. So
is that actually part of wet ball drills? Like, the ball's on the ground, how quick can you pick it up?
No, we don't do that on wet ball drill, but I'm happy we work wet ball drill for that to be able to happen. Keep the ball off the ground.
Have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Have I who?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the movie.
No, sir.
Never seen it?
Oh, no, sir, never.
Okay. Sean Payton used the analogy today when we asked him about you and playing this revenge game. Try it. You might want to watch it. It's a really good movie.
At least the car scene.
The car scene, yeah.
No, you know, like this week it is big, but I mean every week's big for me. You know, being out a year, you get a chance to see like how much you miss being away from this game. Especially like I got a chance to watch Drew play. you know, and that was fun and dandy. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to play. You know, I love this game, man. And yeah, I'm playing against the old squad, but man, I love this game. Like, I'm trying to go out there and beat everybody that we play, no matter who it is. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned. You know, you talk about growth. I've learned in this league. It's about winning games, man. And any way that I can do that, win games, I'm up for that. And yeah, this is a opponent, you know, that I've been there and done that with this team, but I want to win football games, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the next opponent, and that's what we got to beat. You know, it's good for us that I get to beat an opponent that I played for, but we just got to win. That's it.
Do you think there'll be some guys talking to you on the field during the game? I mean, who's the trash talkers on that team?
You know, we don't got. It's not too many trash talkers on that team, but no, we're gonna be talking back and forth. You know, but actions speak louder than your words. And that's what most of those guys on the defense is about actions, and that's what we're gonna be about come Sunday.
What kind of challenges do Levante David, Devin White pose, especially in the passing game, just the kind of ability to cover the whole field?
I just think they are two of the most prominent backers in this league. You know, we got two. Well, we got a few here, but those two, that tandem together is they are elite. And I saw how good Devin White was when I spent the year with him, and I know how great Levante David. I believe he's one of the most underrated backers in this league. So they're definitely good, but it starts with that front for them. Their front seven, including those backers and those DNs and those D tackles, it starts with them, and we're gonna have to come ready, and we will be.
You ever played a game on Halloween?
Not that I recall, but it should be fun. It's gonna be spooky.
Are your kids gonna come? I mean, will they come dressed up?
Most likely they will.
Any ideas what the outfits would be yet? Or?
Yeah, my son, he'll be a ghost. Literally, seriously, he's a ghost. I'm Frankenstein.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, my wife got me a costume.
You have any say in that, or is that her?
It's during the season. That's all her right now. I'm not really. I don't spend time looking for Halloween costumes during the season, but I know it's fun. I like that we got candy at the house. That's a good thing, I guess.
Do you feel like if you did look for it, you just end up getting the wrong thing and it'd be replaced anyway?
No, I would go overboard. Like I try to make my own costume, right? Like I don't know. I just do extra stuff.
As a player, can you even? I know you're focused on the field, but do you ever take a moment, maybe even last year, to see how crazy the fans, some of the Saints fans are? Man,
listen, I played here, right? I know how wild these fans can get, and I'm expecting them to be wilder than that, you know, this Sunday. So I'm happy that we're back home, man. I really am. It feels like we played no games at home, but we just played one. So I'm happy to get back in that dome and get that thing rocking.
Costumes. There's probably gonna be a lot of costumes in the crowd.
Hey, as long as there's a lot of black and gold and we got that thing rocking, I don't care what you're wearing. All right, just cheer for the Saints.
All right, thanks guys.
All right, thank you.
Keep it spooky.
Yeah.